Provincial politicians are back in the Alberta legislature and already have a major bill to debate. For the first time in 5 decades, the province is amending Alberta's Bill of Rights. The Premier says the changes will strengthen protections for certain rights and freedoms. Critics, though, say the legislation could put Albertans at risk. CTV.
If passed, would strengthen the Alberta Bill of Rights and ensure our province remains one of the freest societies in the world.
On the first day of the fall session, Alberta's Premier is making her priorities clear.
No one should be pressured into accepting any medical treatment without their full consent, including a vaccine.
A new bill aims to strengthen rights for property and gun owners, as well as broaden legislation to protect freedom of expression beyond speech and writing. It also protects people with capacity from being compelled or coerced into receiving medical treatments or vaccines, but leaves it up to the courts to decide how the law is applied.
Will allow the courts to make those determinations using the precedent that they've established and the case law that already exists.
What is coercive medical treatment? Is it only coercive if the treatment is being forced on you?
Under the law, private businesses can still require employees or customers to be vaccinated. However, health law expert Lorian Hardcastle fears it could mean health workers in public hospitals are able to refuse vaccines regardless of the risk to patients.
Is whether hospitals and other organizations working with vulnerable people will still continue to be able to require vaccinations of their workers.
They have created a lot of jobs for lawyers without investing into court delays, without investing into challenges facing the justice system.
NDP justice critic Irfan Sabir says it's clear the legislation was not well thought out and says it will result in many court challenges.
Making these changes days before her leadership review makes political sense.
Political scientist Dwayne Bratt says the bill is to win over far-right UCP members ahead of the Premier's leadership review, but questions if the changes go far enough.
There are opponents to Smith. Are they going to be solved by this, or are they going to point out, some of the flaws in this?
And CTV's Shaylan Skalski joins us live from the Alberta legislature tonight. So, Shay, what did the Premier have to say about the motivation behind this being the first bill of the fall session?
Well, Matt, I asked the Premier about this, and she pointed to the fact that she's been advocating for changes to Alberta's Bill of Rights since 1997. She says she believes for decades that anyone who has their property confiscated by government should be fairly compensated. Now, she also pointed to that $2 million post-pandemic review by Preston Manning, saying the entire point of that report was to identify areas of legislation in which Albertans' rights needed added protections. She says this is her way of following those recommendations. Matt?
All right, Shaylan Skalski live at the legislature tonight. Thank you.